Child, I really want y'all to leave Miss Keri baby alone. Because aside from Beyonce, Nicki, and Rihanna, it's not like the rest of these girls is doing anything. Because how many of y'all faves is really about to have a Las Vegas residency in about 10, 15 years? Huh?
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you. Want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
If you want to see extended videos, exclusive content, including story times and more, subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to stay engaged and keep up with my commentary, follow me on Twitter. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to schedule you a personal reading today. What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Cha-Cha-Cha-Chi-Chi. And we are back for another Let's Talk About It. Because, girl, today we got to talk about Miss Keri, baby. And, child, Miss I ain't had no daddy around and I was growing up. That's why I'm still wild and don't give a fuck. I want y'all to leave Miss Keri alone. I really want y'all to leave Miss Keri Hilson alone, because it's like every couple of years, y'all seem to bring her name up. Y'all seem to play around with her name and play around with what it is that she's done. I know that she wasn't doing it a long time, but I could look around and count on one hand how many people have done what she did since she's done it. And before we go ahead and get into that, go ahead and like this video. And shout out to the person that said my intro is long. It is, baby, because I'm not about to get demonetized because I'm cursing within the first 3 minutes. So, yeah, I just thought I'd pause for a second to add some extra silence to make it even longer.
Nothing for free. I cuss a lot. Bitch, I'm a queen. Not like the thoughts. If you wanna be together, you gotta spend that cheddar. You wanna be forever, you gotta spend that cheddar. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send a rest on me. Hey, hey. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Hey, hey. Gotta send a check on me. Gotta send a rest on me. Hey, hey. Gotta move successfully. If you want the best of me. Hey, hey.
Okay, so by now, everybody has pretty much heard the feud that's going on between Keri Hilson and Teairra. Now, granted, I remember this video with Keri Hilson sitting down on this R&B podcast. I feel like this podcast released this episode, if not a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. So when I saw the story on TikTok, I'm just thinking like, okay, like, you know, because on TikTok, everybody always does like a deep dive of like just various topics, whatever. So I didn't pay it much attention. I'm just thinking like, oh, another day where somebody, you know, doing a little, you know, blogging thing on TikTok. But then when I started seeing this video making its rounds to the Shade Room and all of these blogs, I'm just like, I know I'm jumping timelines a lot. I know like a lot of us is, you know, transferring over to New Earth and whatnot, but like I could swear that this podcast episode was released weeks ago, if not months ago. And I'm like, this is old news. Like, this is old news. But nonetheless, you know, originally when I saw the TikTok about Keri Hilson, you know, it was basically formed in a way of like that, you know, the clip that we about to watch is basically what I saw. But like everybody was in the comments trying to figure out who it was. And at this point, nobody had put two and two together that it was Teairra. Because granted, Keri Hilson has been in a lot of public beefs, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that after. Let's go ahead and get into the clip though.
I remember just this I don't want to be here energy. I don't know why I'm here. She was with a gentleman. She was his guest. I know the guy very well. She was with him. So she was his, you know, and she didn't want to be there. It was very obvious. And I felt disrespected by that. That's how I felt. You're calling me. You're speaking to a certain spirit.
Yeah.
You dialed it up.
I got it on me
now.
I got it on me.
That's why I got the gems now.
Crystal.
Keep it all.
I wanna roll
Keep it
my
all
dice.
calm. Keep it all.
Black crystal.
You ever had anybody try you?
Yeah, I have.
What up?
It's not crossover pop. It's not Rihanna. No.
So how did they try?
No. See, that's what we're not going to do. This is why I need to pre-approve these videos before I go ahead and do this, because I want the whole statement.
Keri Hilson,
Yes.
your top 5 R&B.
We can get to that after. Let me see if I can find the video.
And he has said this publicly. Who was responsible?
Let me see if I can find this. Put y'all on pause real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and take y'all off of pause, Dorinda. So here we go.
Oh, okay.
This is Keri Hilson.
Mm-hmm.
You're turning me on.
Mm-hmm. Announce it.
This is
So-
Hey.
Somebody ain't paid their internet bill. What's going on?
Announce it.
This is
So-
Hey.
This is
Oh,
Keri.
okay.
This is Keri Hilson.
Mm-hmm.
You're turning me on.
Mm-hmm.
Knock it out.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no boys allowed. You better
Mhm.
come in here as a motherfucking grown ass man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty girl rocking around.
Pretty
Bigger
What?
around here.
Cause mine day.
Yes.
Yeah. Keri Hilson. I ain't saying no names.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh, the deep side.
And took a sip of water too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you're a performer,
Yes.
we know how important it is to give love to other performers,
Yes.
right? Especially when you happen to be sitting on the front row at their show.
Okay.
Okay.
I like where it's
Yes.
going.
Mind you, no one else was performing. Was anybody else performing that night? Do you know what night I'm even referring to yet? Okay, it's fine. All right, fine.
It's
Okay.
new for him too.
All right.
All right.
Yes. He was there. Okay, so I remember just this I don't want to be here energy.
Mm.
I don't know why I'm here. She was with a gentleman. She was his guest. I know the guy very well. She was with him. So she was his, she didn't want to be there. It was very obvious. And I felt disrespected by that. So when they came to my dressing room backstage, I said something and we almost got to scrapping.
Shit.
My Decatur came out. Her town came out. And it could have got real ugly.
I don't appreciate you being on the front row
Yeah.
of my show and
Yeah.
not giving me no energy.
I don't remember exactly how I said it, but it was worse than that. It was
I'm paraphrasing.
yeah, but it was that. It was like,
We fellow artists.
you already know what it's like.
Yeah.
You could give a courtesy bob. It's a lot of things you
Something.
can do.
Right.
It's
Not
a lot of
side
things you
eye.
can do to show love, but she was this.
Damn. In the front row?
She was that.
Yeah, that's nasty business.
Looking at the
That's
shit,
nasty
looking at it. It was
business.
nasty business. And I just
Yeah.
felt so, and on her phone
Oh.
while everybody else is standing up around her. I was just like, oh, this is intentionally rude. Like you want to get slapped. That's how I felt. You're calling me. You're speaking to a certain spirit.
Yeah.
You
I
dialed
got
it
on
up.
me.
I got it on me now.
I got it on me.
Okay.
To a certain spirit.
Like I said, I've always been secular.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
secular.
Do they have those rocks?
Yeah, she dialed it up on the.
They got those rocks that you call.
She dialed it up. That's why I got the gems now. Keep it
I
all.
want to roll
Keep
them
it
like
all
dice.
calm. Keep it all.
black crystal in here.
Shit.
But
That's a good
the
weird.
black crystal.
That's why I got him. That's
Yeah.
exactly why I be having, because it's on me. Now, I don't like to go there, but it,
Almost went there.
yeah, like people had to be ushered away. People had to be. It was that, because I had to say something.
Well,
I had
get
to
it-
say
get
something.
it off your
I
chest.
had to
It was
figure
probably
out what the
burning
fuck
you. Yeah.
it was,
It was burning.
because I felt disrespect the whole show. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
dog. You don't do that
Harvey
unless
had-
you
Harvey
want,
had to get
unless
them
you
up
are
out of there.
purposely. I guess so. Now you know what I'm talking about and who. You don't remember who it was. Yeah, she's pretty insignificant at this point.
Huh, I'm sure.
And well,
Yeah.
Keri,
But I ain't saying no name.
you ain't
Yeah,
saying no name.
You didn't say her name.
You ain't saying no name.
You didn't say no name.
We appreciate you,
Man.
Okay, so that is the video of Keri Hilson that, pretty much was going viral everywhere. Keri had pulled up to the R&B podcast where I guess they have like this segment of, say her name or not saying any names or something like that, child. We not saying no names, some shit like that. And basically, I guess it's the point of that segment is to tell a story. Doesn't necessarily have to be beef or be anything like salacious, but typically, what a segment called say their names or we not saying no names, that's typically what you're going for. You're going for some type of tea. And the tea that she gave was, well, before we get, obviously by now we know it's about Teairra Marie, but when I first watched the video, I immediately thought of Beyonce. I immediately thought of Beyonce, but then I was like, no. She said they're pretty insignificant now. And then immediately I was like, okay, well, is it Rihanna? Because Rihanna isn't, it's not that Rihanna's not relevant, but Rihanna's not musically relevant. I mean, she is because we won an album and Rihanna's like one of the only people who can go away for 10 years and we still begging for an album. So she still has relevancy, but like she's not necessarily putting anything out. So that's where my mind went immediately because I grew up on Keri Hilson. Keri Hilson was my whole high school time, and like I was a stan of Keri Hilson. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a stan of Keri Hilson. Like I feel like there's nobody like her. She writes her ass off. She has amazing songs, like amazing songs, like amazing songs. Like matter of fact, I was gonna wait to the end of the video to do this, but let's go ahead and do this now. Like, let's run through her discography. Like, first of all of her music is great, but like, if you want to know some of my favorites, like if you aren't necessarily a Keri Hilson fan or you didn't necessarily know her past the songs that was on the radio, baby, go listen to all of her music. Both albums were phenomenal, but my favorites, obviously Turning Me On, obviously Return the Favor, obviously Knock You Down, but I loved Make Love. That was on everybody's MySpace page. Make Love was on everybody's MySpace page. It was like the bedroom version of Keisha Cole's Love. Like Make Love was everything. Let's see. Where Did He Go? Everything. That was my sophomore year. Baby, when I tell you, Keri Hilson got me through high school. Like, I just specifically remember listening to Keri Hilson and Beyonce nonstop. It was between I Am Sasha Fierce and Keri Hilson's music. Like, every day on the train, every day on the bus, every day going back and forth from school to home. Like, that's all I would listen to. And I am a sucker for power ballads. And I feel like that's kind of what's missing in today's music. There's no good R&B artists. There's no good ballads at all, let alone power ballads. Like, everything now with R&B, like R&B is dead. I know people have been asking whether or not R&B has been dead over the last 10 years, but yes, R&B is dead. Yes, there are certain people out there, but maybe they're not as popular as they should be, or maybe they're a little too commercial. I know on TikTok they're pushing this dude named Paul Russell right now. I'm not really familiar with him, but they're pushing the hell out of him. To me, it's giving Jason Derulo, but I doubt he's gonna stick around like that. And yeah, you have people like Division and the whole other bunch of male artists that I can't name because I feel like female R&B and female rap is better, period. Hello. But I feel like we don't have R&B acts like we used to. And Keri Hilson was a phenomenal act. Like, she could sing her ass off, she could dance her ass off, she could write her ass off. And that was her claim to fame because she started off as a writer, then it translated into her music. So like, she was a very much a threat. Very much a threat. Going back to her discography, Where Did He Go? Still one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, and a lot of these songs of Keri Hilson is on the soundtrack of my life. So it's my favorite songs of all time. Where Did He Go was great. Do It was great. There's a sample on YouTube that's not Keri Hilson, but it was labeled as Keri Hilson. So we're just going to call it a Keri Hilson song, but it's called Remote Control. Remote Control Me. That was amazing. The Way I Are was amazing. And then we get into her mixtape, High Heels. I hate heels. I hate heels. Love how they look, but hate how they fit. Listen, High Heels, amazing. Happy Juice, Henny and Apple Juice with Snoop Dogg, amazing. 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 Um, and then we get into No Boys Allowed. What? Are you kidding me? That was my junior year. What? No Boys Allowed. Obviously, Pretty Girl Rock. Obviously, The Way You Love Me. But baby, By You was amazing. Bomb Bomb, amazing. I still listen to that today. Lose Control, Let Me Down was amazing. Toy Soldier, best ballad of all time. I love Toy Soldier. So good. Breaking Point, obviously good. And there's a couple of other good things up there. Turn My Swag On, obviously good. Okay, but getting up off of that, like Keri Hilson was that girl. But when I first saw that video on TikTok, I was like, okay, it has to be Rihanna. It has to be Rihanna. But then it turns out that no, she was actually talking about Teairra Marie. She was actually talking about Teairra Marie. Now, how do we know that she was talking about Teairra Marie? Because, baby, Teairra Marie came out and responded. I don't remember Keri Hilson saying no names. In fact, the podcast that she was on, the segment was called Not Saying Their Names or Don't Say Their Names. Or like that.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, deep sigh.
And took a sip of water, too.
Mm-hmm. All right. When you're a performer,
yes,
we don't even need to watch the video again, Chad. We just watched it. But basically, y'all know how these blogs do. They take a clip, they post it. So this is oops. Teairra Marie is not here for Keri Hilson bringing up their old situation. I'm gonna whoop your ass, bitch. When I see you, you a liar, bitch. Not Teairra. Not Miss Teairra. Now we know you ain't had no daddy around when you was growing up. That's why you used to be wild and don't give a fuck. But like, why are you still this way in 2024? Teairra, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Because she did not say any names. And I feel like the reason why Teairra Marie came out of the woodwork is because of the last words that Keri Hilson said. She's pretty and significant now. I feel like had she not said that, she probably would have. No, this Teairra Marie, Loving Hip Hop Hollywood. She still would have gave a show. Because what else is she doing? It ain't like she on one right now, huh? Hey Teairra, hey. Because she did not say your name. But here go Teairra Marie. Y'all, people just got to leave me alone. I don't bother anybody.
So how did they try you? Did
Wait,
they say something like on?
Excuse me. Did Teairra hack into my computer? Child, Teairra says, y'all got to leave people alone. I don't bother anybody. Just leave me the F alone. So now, Keri, what's up? You want to fight or do you not want to fight? Because I'm going to whoop your ass when I see you. I'm sick of you people bothering me. You had a whole different story when I was in your face. You a liar, bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm looking for something. I gotta go find this clown mask for Teairra to put on because girl. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I had to make an adjustment. I had to make an adjustment. Because Teairra. She literally said no names, girl. She literally said no names. And even people in the comments like, was she told on herself because there was no names mentioned? Keri didn't even mention her name. People only know because she dropped Keri's names. Then somebody gonna say, well, both of their careers are pretty much over. And we're gonna get to that. Okay. Now people in the comments tagging 50 Cent. They both talked about this forever ago. Why Keri's still bringing it up? Well, she was asked. I hate when y'all do that dumb shit. She was asked. Okay, she may not have mentioned any names, but people fail to realize the videos always surface on the internet. Hit dogs always holler. Oh, Teairra, this just made you look bad. Teairra. And the fact is that it didn't stop there. It did not stop there, y'all. It's like it just kept getting worse. So
how did they try you? Did they say something like on?
It was just very rude. I actually went to one of her concerts, was there in the front row, and I was getting calls because my cousin was watching my dog, in the midst, I'm bobbing still, you know, enjoying the show actually. So we go backstage, and she's like, she comes back, and she's like, well, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Nice show. Hi, how are you? And she looked at my hand like, and I was like,
okay,
hi,
hold on, because Teairra, you're not about to get you're not about to get my channel demonetized, so you could take
So
all
how
my
did they
coin
try
and
you?
get
Did
the
they
50
say
cent.
something?
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's what you're not doing. So we're gonna speed this up because you want. I hear your music in the background.
Like on,
it was just very rude. I actually went to one. She's like, well, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Nice show. Hi, how are you? And she looked at my hand like, and I was like, hi, I'm Teairra. And she looked at my hand.
Story's so beautiful.
And then
so
she
much
was
more
like,
beautiful than we knew.
I know it would be.
Even though I have an idea.
Okay, you probably do because she's a little stanky. And yeah. So.
Bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
That's question.
But if that happened again,
The
I
Detroit
would
will come
slap
out.
the bitch.
The Detroit will come out.
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't that classy either. But yeah, girl.
Oh.
She's a little stanky, and yeah. So.
Bygones be bygones. That's
But
question.
if that happened again,
The
I
Detroit
would
will come
slap
out.
the bitch.
The Detroit will come out.
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh.
that wasn't that classy either.
Okay, so it's Detroit versus Decatur. That seems to be what's going on. It's Detroit versus Decatur. So that came out. Ciara said her piece. Okay, and then Keri Hilson is now coming out, apologizing.
I'm glad that Keri Hilson put her big girl panties on and apologized to Teairra Marie. No, Keri Hilson.
Shout out to Daily Hip Hop Tea for the video. Because somebody did say, you know, why you don't credit these people as if y'all can't see their fucking names up on screen. Shout out to this creator, though.
Jay Valentine and Tank's podcast called R&B Money. On the podcast, there's a game called I Ain't Saying No Names. And basically, you have to tell a funny or effed up story, or a funny and effed up story. And the story Keri picked was a story about her and Teairra Marie getting into it about 12 or 13 years ago when she was performing at a concert. And if you want to see that video, go to part 1 on my page. Caught wind of what Keri said in the interview, and she hopped on the Neighborhood Talks Instagram post to comment saying how she wanted to like Keri, and also said how Keri did not have that same energy when she saw her in person, okay? Well, I guess Keri saw Teairra's response because she then followed up with an apology. Keri Hilson says, well, fellas, I guess the I Ain't Saying No Names segment didn't go so well this time. Unfortunately, this did happen around 12 or 13 years ago. I actually never knew until I saw the previous post that you told this publicly as well. Listen, we were very young in our careers, and I was remembering how it felt when it happened. I don't feel a way about this situation now. Since then, we've run into each other, apologized, partied together, and gotten past that. I'm responding to this because I don't want to allow anything to bring us back to that place we've long passed. And since it was a public story that got connected to you in public, it deserves a public apology. I'm sorry for telling the story, especially with the energy and hurtful words that I used. It was unnecessary because my feelings and energy at this point in this present moment are nothing but love, no ill will or vitriol towards you. It's an old story that I see now we've both told. I hope that you're doing well in this season and wishing you all the best. Apology was nice and everything, but like I said initially, I don't think that Teairra would have had a problem with Keri telling the story if she didn't say that Teairra wanted to get slapped.
You want to get slapped. That's how I felt.
And called her insignificant.
She's pretty insignificant at this point.
That goes from telling a story to shit talking. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this entire situation. Let me know in the comments. Peace.
Shout out to Daily Hip Hop Tea for that. That was cute. But I have to agree with that creator. I have to agree. Keri, there is a way to tell a story without being messy, but then at the same time, like, we can go back to Teairra Marie's video. Teairra sat there and said, next time that happens, or if it happens again, I will slap the bitch. So I'm sorry. Again, Decatur, me and Detroit's energy. Like, they both told their stories with the same energy. Now, the only difference is that obviously Teairra was much skinnier. So clearly this happened like 20 years ago or whenever it first happened. Like, this isn't anything recent. So, you know, this is probably like when Teairra first got on Love and Hip Hop and she was in that Love and Hip Hop energy. Like Keri said, they partied afterwards. I don't know if it was before Teairra did her interview or after. I don't know. But I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of like tit for tat. Like, Teairra, you did it first, whatever. Like, whether or not, I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that Teairra Marie is not the only person that Keri has beef with, right? Because the whole reason why Keri is not around right now, we got to call a thing a thing. I know we living in a renaissance. And listen, my favorite number one artist in the entire world is Rihanna, but number two is definitely Beyonce. Number two is definitely Beyonce. I feel like Beyonce is the greatest artist of all time. Um, and there's no debate. There's no debate about that. But we do have to be honest that a lot of these fan bases are toxic. Whether it's Barb's, whether it's Beehive, like they're toxic. And we're not gonna sit and make it look like Keri Hilson is completely innocent because, well, I'll let the video do the talking.
Leaked a record that's considered a diss song for Beyonce and Ciara. Is that true?
It's considered that. Yes, Polo had this idea.
Your vision cloudy. If you think that you the best, you can dance, she can sing, but need to move it.
Don't do it to yourself.
She need to go have some babies. She need to sit down. She fake. The mother chicks ain't even worth my time to talk about. I know when you.
And I'm gonna pause it right there. If you don't know what Keri was saying, basically she was telling Beyonce need to go to the left, and go sit that ass down and go have some babies. No shade, but Beyonce kind of did take her word. Like she kind of did do exactly what Keri told her to go do. Like shortly after Blue was born. Okay. Now we know Beyonce don't take breaks, but you know what I'm saying? Like she told you to the left, bitch, go build a family. And that's Beyonce was like, I bet. I'm gonna put this music out, but I'm gonna go start my family. You right. You right. Okay. So after Keri had dropped that remix that literally went nowhere, that's when, Beyonce dropped Bow Down, bitches. Okay, it was around the same time. It was all around the same time. You know what I mean? And when Beyonce dropped Bow Down, bitches, look, y'all have to remember, okay, because I know a lot of y'all bitches be forgetful. That's why I'm here to remind y'all. And a lot of y'all bitches just be young as hell. Child, if you Gen Z, you should not be on this damn channel. But a lot of y'all either be young or forgetful. And I remember Beyonce dropping Bow Down, bitches was a moment. And the reason why it was a moment was because we had never, ever seen Beyonce. Chad, hold on. I'm speaking to her. Let's put her on screen. We had never, ever seen Beyonce be ratchet. We had never seen Beyonce be ratchet up until that point. Now, this ain't a Beyonce video. Her video was coming next, child. But at that point in time, around 2009, 2010, 2011, Beyonce up until that point had been the good girl. At first, she was very unlikable. That's a whole other story. But Beyonce was not always as lovable as she is now. And I'm not saying that with any hate in my heart. Like I just said, she's my number 2 favorite artist, and she's my number 1 artist in the world. Okay? But Beyonce wasn't always likable. During her Destiny Child's days, and then when she first went solo, people wasn't fucking with her until like really after Deja Vu. That's neither here nor there. That's a whole other video. But around this time, when Keri Hilson was out, Beyonce was still being managed by Matthew. And when she was being managed by Matthew, he had her in the whole R&B direction, a little bit pop, but like the R&B super soul diva, da 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 da. And it wasn't really what Beyonce wanted to do anymore. So when she released Bow Down Bitches, it was like her breakout into, like not I Am Sasha Fierce, not that album. Self-Titled was the album where Beyonce started really kind of like experimenting with her sound, and 4 was kind of like a breakout into that direction, but like Self-Titled was really like, okay, Beyonce starting to play with her sound a little bit more. And so Bow Down was something we had never heard from Beyonce. We had never heard that from Beyonce, to the point where it was rumored for a long time that she was supposed to be dropping a song called Ratchet with Lady Gaga. See, that's how much I remember. I'm a music connoisseur, okay? I don't just do music, baby. I am music. I remember she was supposed to drop a song called Ratchet with Lady Gaga. That never came out. So we was just anticipating, like, oh my God, what is this Ratchet vibe that Beyonce is about to give? Like, is she about to sing? She about to rap? She about to She came out with Bow Down Bitches, and the rest is history. The bitches got mad. Keisha Cole got mad. Okay, listen. The Beehive attacked Keisha Cole, but they also attacked Keri Hilson. Let's get back into it. No, babe. No. That's where we're going to end it, because Beyonce, you got enough of my money this year. Okay, but yes, Beyonce and Keri. I wouldn't even call it a beef between Beyonce and Keri. I would more so say it was really just a beef of Keri having a beef with Beyonce. It was a one-sided beef. It wasn't anything to our knowledge that it was Keri versus Beyonce, or rather Beyonce versus Keri. It was more so Keri had a problem. Keri had a problem. Let's see if we can find some more backstory.
Do you like a good beef between celebrities? Who does? Kind of have.
Everybody want to play music in their fucking background. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Singer Keri Hilson was accused of shading Beyonce in the remix of her 2009 single Turning Me On, because Hilson's lyrics seemingly referenced the hook in Beyonce's hit single Irreplaceable.
Trying to send a message, just something on my chest that I need to get out. Need to sit down.
The alleged shade. But when Juicy magazine asked her to hold their latest issue at the 2011 Soul Train Awards, Hilson seemed game until she saw B and J on the cover. Years later, Hilson said she was still being tormented by the Beehive over the alleged diss.
Specific names being brought up. No, it's not about that. No, that was not where the energy was.
Singer Keri Hilson was accused.
I'm trying to find the exact video. Because if y'all don't know, I like to do all of this shit live. I try to pre-plan and have certain things already lined up, but I like to go through this live. I can't find it, y'all. I cannot find it.
I don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel like I had a choice. You learn to fight harder. I didn't have enough fight in me. I was maybe 20, 21. No one could ever compare to Beyonce. Let's just say the name that we're discussing. No one could compare. No one will for a very, very, very long time. And that was never my aim either. Absolutely framed that way. It was written that way. Was not my lyrics. Was not my writing.
So you had to pay the penalty.
Was not my doing, but I had to pay the penalty. And then I'm caught. Like, do I tell the truth? Do I expose them early in my career? I'm super young, super new. This is my first album. I'm so excited. It just soiled my whole dream.
If you could do it all over again, would you do it differently or do it the same?
Oh, I would absolutely do it differently. I don't know if, I guess I would just see what the other side would be if I just fought harder and said no and let them carry out their threat if they were really going to do that. It really felt that way from the top. I don't feel like you have a choice. I really didn't feel.
Okay, and see, this is the part where I start getting a little deep, okay? Because y'all have to think, right? And I literally just commented this on Fox Soul's TGIF page because I'm like an avid watcher of Fox Soul. Well, not Fox Soul, but TGIF. And I love me some Funky Dineva. And a lot of times he makes sense, but a lot of times there's a thing that he does that I don't like. And I'm mentioning it not to like throw shade at him, but to like mention it because it's something that a lot of people do. Now, in life, we have logic and then we also have intuition. Logic is more so masculine energy because it's like practical. It's grounded in practicality. Whereas intuition is more feminine energy. So kind of think of it like a Capricorn versus a Pisces. Logic is being intellectual. Again, it's grounded. It's earth energy. It's practical. It's tangible. It's things that you can like physically put together. Whereas intuition is more a gut feeling, a gut reaction, the way you feel, emotions, watery, dreamy type of energy. And in life, you need both. So technically that's masculine versus feminine energy, right? You can also think of it like when women be like, okay, a woman's intuition, right? Or like, think about it like when it comes to dating, you think about a guy who's not emotionally tapped in. They don't have emotional intelligence, right? That means they don't have enough of that feminine energy. Now, masculine versus feminine energy has nothing to do with human conditioning when it comes to like male versus female. It has nothing to do with your gender. It has nothing to do with that. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is because, and to relate it back to Funky Dineva and everything with Keri, is that in life, there's a lot of things that happen that logically we can understand, but then we also tend to go through things that logically we don't understand, and we just automatically try to rule it out as though it's not possible or, it's not capable of something like that happening. And that's where we end up getting fucked up a lot of times because a lot of people don't understand that Logic is really more so based off of what you've been taught. That's all it is. It's your brain and it's what you've been taught. Sometimes your gut reaction is stronger and your intuition is stronger than what it is that you've been taught. Logic will sit and have you in situations where you end up getting fucked over by a friend or by a nigga, or, because it's like, I never thought they would be like this. I don't see this person acting like that. Da, 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 da. And then you turn around and you got a knife in your back. And then after going off so many times where you're getting stabbed in your back or having to learn the hard way, now your intuition is telling you different and you know what to look out for because your gut tells you something different, right? Intuition and that whole feminine energy is not necessarily something that's easy to tap into because it's a natural born gift that human conditioning and social conditioning and programming teaches you to suppress, because it's easier to control you when you tap into logic versus your intuition, because your intuition is your God-given gift. Now, what the fuck does that have to do with Keri Hilson? Everything. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on in Hollywood that a lot of y'all don't like to believe. And we can even relate this to Nicki and Cardi. At the end of the day, and I'm a stan of Nicki and Cardi, but at the end of the day, Nicki was the #1 female doing rap for a long time. This is facts. To the point where companies wanted to take her down. There's a lot more going on in Hollywood than y'all will ever understand. And shout out to those of y'all that's been around with me since 2016 doing story times and whatnot. One day I'm going to do a whole deep dive into where I feel like I now fit, being over the hump of 30 and wanting to do music in Hollywood and all of that, and being as spiritual as I am now, because I see things a lot differently. But Hollywood is not what you think it is. Even when it comes to Diddy, we can tie him into this. Hollywood is not what you think it is. There is a pot of money, and there is a percentage of people that run this world, this entire earth. And it is not the government. It is not the government. It is not the media. They're all controlled. These entertainers, these record labels, the media, the government, they're all run by, quote unquote, the elite, who are billionaires, who fund the media. They fund these entertainers. And all of these entertainers and the media and all of that are simply the puppets. They're simply the distraction, simply the show that's put on so that we don't see what's going on in the background. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the term, God, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like, never let the left hand see what the right hand is doing. It's something to that effect, right? It's something to that effect. Now, what I'm saying is that while we have all of these shows and whatnot that's going on, and relating it back to Nicki and Cardi and Keri and Beyonce, there is a certain pot of money. And there's a reason why you always hear people say, oh, there can only be one, or why there's all of these rumors circulating around like, oh, there's a Nicki hate train and trying to take Nicki down and this, that, and a third, because everything is controlled. It's a controlled environment. And when you have too many cooks in the kitchen, too many chefs in the kitchen, that's when there is chaos. That's why every couple of years or every couple of months, you only see but a certain amount of people becoming famous. That's why there's not like 100 women dominating the top 10 of music right now. That's why it's like every couple of years, it's like you have a Nicki, then you have a Doja, then you have a da, because it's like you can only have but so many at a time. And if you feel like, because I'm really trying to simplify this without taking it all over the place, so I hope that y'all are following me. But I'm gonna just say this: there can only be a chosen few at a certain amount of time. And there is a point in which you are presented with multiple doors, and depending on which door you go through depends on what type of career you're going to have. And y'all can look at that any type of way. If you want to suggest that I'm suggesting Illuminati, okay. But there are multiple doors you can go through. And if you go through a certain door, it comes with certain things, right? It comes with certain things. And that determines how much money you make. That determines the level of fame that you have. That determines the access and resources and whatnot that you have. And you can take a shot, but know that if you take a shot and miss, it will be detrimental. And Keri Hilson is not the first person that took a shot and missed. That is all I will say. She's not the first person who's took a shot and missed. There's also been a lot of people who've made it to those doors. Like, come on now. How many people do we know that was on the top of their game, but then we just never heard from them again? Because sometimes, again, you take a shot and you miss, or you take a shot and it goes through. Okay. And then you end up replacing whatever's behind that door. Or some people choose a different door and they stay stagnant. They reach a peak. That's what happened. Keri was at that crossroad of the doors. And part of whatever deal she was making was that, okay, you have to go after Beyonce. This is the top dog. This is what the industry is putting money into. This is where, like, and again, I am a stan of Beyonce, but I'm telling you guys how Hollywood works. It's not about talent. It's not about any of that. And we know that Beyonce is a most talented mother. Beyonce would have been Beyonce regardless. But there is on a business side of it. Just like you have all of these people that came after Nicki, it was the same with Beyonce. But Beyonce has a lot more power than Nicki has ever had. So it's not the same having 20 girls go after Nicki as it would be somebody trying to go after Beyonce. Like, Beyonce has been pretty much a household name since Destiny's Child. So not that many people are even gonna, like, it's like, you already know it's career suicide. Okay. And Keri decided to take that shot. She had her team around her that, because see, here's where it gets tricky. I say she decided to take that shot because, like Keri said, she did not fight back. Her team is who decided to take her shot. And no, at the end of the day, nobody told her to sing certain lyrics. She's usually known for writing her own lyrics. Nobody told her to sing certain lyrics, but she did. She went along with it, not thinking everything out, and it cost her. It cost her her entire career because she took a shot, it missed, and certain things in the industry happened, as well as, you know, you had the Beehive running after her, throwing CDs at her, you know, throwing Beyonce CDs at her, and like really made her life hell. And it just is what it is. So I'm not to say, like, I'm not here to say, oh, Keri Hilson is the most innocent. No, she made her bed and she laid in it, but it is what it is. And so relating that back to this whole thing with Teairra Marie, you know, that's why a lot of people was like, oh, she's talking about Beyonce. Oh, you know, because, you know, and relating, the reason why I brought up logic versus intuition is that, you know, logic will tell you, why would certain people again, Hollywood is not what y'all think it is. There's a reason why you hear so many people saying, oh, it's evil, or so many people are like, I'm ready to get out, and because it's a lot of truth to a lot of things that we've heard, and a lot of what you think is not true is actually the real reality. Like, bitch, we live in the upside down. Like, I could go so deep, and I'm trying to keep this surface, but at the same time, what makes me different as a commentator is that we're not just going to kiki and get into the tea, bitch. We also going to drop some gems and, you know, some reality into it. But yeah, child. Yeah, child. We could do a whole deep dive on all of that another day. As far as this situation, I feel like, listen, Teairra, shut the fuck up. Keri, I'm not mad that she spoke her truth on the podcast. I mean, it is what it is. We all over embellish. We all over exaggerate. We all, you know, get into character when we telling stories. And I told that bitch I was gonna beat her ass. Like, so I'm not mad. Like, Keri, if you knew you and a girl was good, you could have texted her. Like, come on. I hate when, like, clearly she was asked the question. Clearly she told the story. It's not like she going around unprovoked. Like, yeah, and that bitch Teairra Marie. She didn't even say your name, girl. She didn't even say your name. I feel like everybody needs to let up off of Keri. I feel like she made a dumb mistake. She allowed her team to do some dumb shit, and it cost her career. And I feel like, okay, it's been like 15 years now. Like, let's let it go now. Like, music truly needs Keri. We're not going to shit on her legacy and shit on her discography and act like. And I'm gonna just say it. Keri is not no Jhené Aiko. She's not no what's that girl? Queen Naja. She's not a what's the rest of these Mew Mew Pew Pew girls that be singing? Summer Walker. Like, none of these bitches is gonna have Las Vegas residencies. Keri Hilson is the type that her hits will stick like grits in 100 years. She can pull off a Las Vegas residency. Now, her fan base was never that big to have a residency, but what I'm saying is her art is, her musicality is, like, and it's what's needed and what's missing from music now. This is why music sucks now, because of all of this weird shit going on behind the scenes, and then what's going on in front of the scenes, don't nobody want to believe the weird shit that's going on behind the scenes. So motherfuckers get away with it. And again, I'm not saying Beyonce did this stuff. That's not what I'm saying at all. So do not twist my words. Nowhere in this did I say Beyonce had a part to play. I'm not blaming Beyonce at all. At all. But I'm telling you how Hollywood executives and elites think. Okay? Child, and we could get, again, more deep into all of that when we get to the Diddy video. I've purposely been waiting to do that because that's going to be a lot to get into. But I just wish everybody would accept Keri back. I need a new Keri album. The industry needs a new Keri album. R&B needs to make a comeback. It does. It does. And I can even tell that with all the responses that I be getting from Swing My Way. I'm like, yeah, because Swing My Way is like my it just hits different. And that's what everybody tells me. Like, it just hits different. Like, your music is good, but Swing My Way just hits different because it feels nostalgic, but it feels current. It's like R&B, like true R&B. Like, and that ain't even the cherry on top of what I can do and what I got coming. But like, yes, we need that feel good type of music. So y'all go support Keri. Go listen to her music. You know, like I said, my favorite songs from her, go listen to Keri Hilson. Where Did He Go? Happy Juice. Make Love. Do It. Remote Control Me. Toy Soldier. Bomb Bomb. Bayou. Like, she has some phenomenal songs. Go listen to them and see how they still hit and slap in 2024. So definitely let me know down in this comment box below. I did not think I was going to be up here this long talking about this, but child, and I hope y'all really understand what I'm trying to say without saying it, but saying it. Okay. And again, for the last time, nowhere in this video did I, listen, the way that I even have to say it 20 times, I did not mention Beyonce doing anything wrong. Beyonce never did anything wrong. I'm not blaming Miss Nose. Okay. Listen, I am a beehiver. Okay. So definitely comment down in the comment box below. Let me know what you thought about this video as if I give a fuck. And go stream my music as if you give a fuck. I love each and every one of y'all in HD audio. Make sure you go to my website, thealignmentsouls.com. Who the fuck is calling me? To book you a personal reading. And I'll see you in the next one.